Cincinnati issued a statement confirming that Clark is a part of the plan. Leaders say her passion for soccer and commitment to elevating women's. Clark won't be playing in the new basketball league unrivaled. The 3-on-3 games start in January with 6 teams playing 14 games. Clark was offered a reported $1 million to take part, but sources say it is a thanks.
That's the sound of $1 million door slamming in the face of the WNBA establishment. This wasn't just a financial decision, it was a statement. The media is busy praising Caitlin Clark's smart business move and her bold step into soccer ownership, but the real story is being ignored. This isn't about building a portfolio, it's about payback. For months, we've watched attempts to wear her down from the league, the union, and even some of her teammates. Now, she's striking back, using their own methods against them. In this video, we're connecting the dots to uncover the truth. Caitlin Clark turning down $1 million basketball deal wasn't simply a choice. It was a strategy, the opening shot in a fight for her survival. Stay tuned, because the details of this silent battle will surprise you. To understand her response, you need to understand the betrayal. And it didn't come from Caitlin Clark. It came from those who were supposed to protect her. The WNBA Players Union, an organization built to represent all players, made a very public decision that spoke volumes. They signed a major merchandise partnership with FM Cases and picked 8 players to lead the campaign. Angel Reese was included, Aya Wilson was included, but the one player who single-handedly boosted ticket sales and broke TV ratings was missing. Was it a coincidence? In the WNBA, nothing is. This wasn't an oversight, it was a clear message. Kelsey Plum, the union's first vice president, almost confirmed the deliberate exclusion. When asked about solidarity meetings during All-Star Weekend, she pointedly noted that no members of Team Clark were present. In that moment, Clark and her camp were labeled as outsiders, separated from the group. A line was drawn. You are not one of us. And the pressure wasn't limited to boardrooms or merchandise deals. It was playing out on the court, in plain sight. The statistics are shocking. Internal analysis shows Caitlin Clark has faced 177% more flagrant fouls than any other player in the league. Not 10%, not 50%, but 177%. This isn't just tough basketball, it's targeted. Viral clips show a pattern of aggressive play well beyond normal competition, with referees often looking the other way. And now reports suggest why. A leaked account alleges that officials were influenced at the highest levels of the WNBA, with a suspended referee even claiming pressure, and in some cases payment, to avoid calling fouls in Clark's favor. If true, this would mean Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is not just failing to protect her star, she may be part of a system working against her. The aim wasn't to compete with her, but to push her out of the game. They wanted to test her will, but they underestimated the person they were dealing with. And the struggle hasn't only come from the league or the union. The most painful blows have come from within her own team. The Indiana Fever, the place that should have been her refuge, has instead become a battleground of jealousy and division. A quiet war is pulling the team apart from the inside.
Women's soccer to the Queen City. Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark is reportedly joining FC Cincinnati to be a part of the National Women's Soccer League. Our partners at the Cincinnati Enquirer spoke with FC Cincinnati team officials who confirmed that Caitlin Clark is in fact joining as a member of the bidding group.
At first glance, Caitlin Clark's move into soccer ownership might look like a simple business step, but the real story is in the context. While Clark was quietly meeting with FC Cincinnati executives, reports suggest that tension was brewing inside her own locker room. Sources within the Fever claimed that teammate Nalissa Smith may have shared team play calls with her girlfriend, Dejonai Carrington, who plays for the rival Connecticut Sunday. Allegations like this have fueled serious questions about loyalty within the Fever, leaving players uneasy. Imagine walking onto the court, wondering if the teammate standing beside you is actually handing your strategies to the opposition. Trust becomes impossible in an environment like that. And the challenges weren't limited to whispers behind the scenes. They became very public and very personal. Kelsey Mitchell's twin sister, Chelsea, went on Facebook with a string of hostile posts. She supported comments suggesting Clark couldn't win without the team and told Clark's fans to stay mad. Soon after, The Mitchell family shared harsh comparisons between Caitlin Clark and former NFL player Antonio Brown, a move clearly aimed at undermining her reputation. This wasn't just casual criticism from fans online. It was the family of a core teammate adding fuel to the fire and shaping a damaging narrative that painted Clark as the issue. One teammate allegedly passing information to opponents, another's family attacking her online. This was the atmosphere Clark faced every single day. So what do you do when your league isolates you, your union leaves you out, and even your own locker room feels unsafe? You don't collapse. You build your own foundation. And that's exactly what Caitlin Clark did. The headline people are repeating is that she joined the ownership group of an NWSL team in Cincinnati. But beneath the surface, it was about creating security and control in a world where everything around her was being tested.
FC Cincinnati provided a statement, there it is, saying in part, quote, "The NWSL Cincinnati bid team is thrilled that Caitlin Clark has joined our ownership group, a women's professional soccer team, to our city. Her passion for the sport, commitment to elevating women's sports in and around greater Cincinnati region, the influence as an athlete and role model for women and girls around the world make her a vital part of our compelling bid to become the 16th team in the NWSL."
The statement from FC Cincinnati makes everything clear. They describe Caitlin Clark as a vital part of their bid, praising her influence and her role as an inspiration for women and girls. In soccer, she's celebrated as an asset, a builder, and a leader. But in the WNBA, she has often been treated as a challenge to be managed. The contrast is striking, and it's not by chance. This investment isn't just a side project, it's an exit plan. A power move sending one message to the WNBA: my brand is bigger than your league. My influence reaches beyond your courts. My money will flow where I am valued, not where I am dismissed. This brings us back to the ultimate act of defiance, the $1 million rejection. While the WNBA Players Union was leaving her out of merchandise deals, two of its most prominent members, Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, were launching their own off-season league called Unrivaled. It was built by players for players, offering high salaries without requiring them to go overseas. They approached Caitlin Clark directly with a groundbreaking offer: over $1 million for just 8 weeks of competition. It was a chance to bring unity to the sport and elevate women's basketball together. Clark's answer was no. Not just no, but a decisive refusal. She looked at the same players whose union had excluded her, whose league had allowed her to be physically tested on the court, and chose not to give them her support. Instead of joining their vision, she invested her brand and her money, potentially more than $1 million, into soccer. It was deliberate, calculated, and bold. A move designed to show she would not be forced into a corner. She was telling them, if you want to build something, do it without me. You had your chance to stand with me. You chose otherwise. Now I will find partners who respect me. This wasn't just turning down basketball money. It was channeling her power into another sport entirely. While others played short-term games to box her in, she was thinking long-term, building something beyond their reach. What was meant to make her fall in line only motivated her to plan her way out. The league wanted her to be just another player, but instead, they fueled the rise of someone with nothing to lose and the resources to create her own path. Her response hasn't come through angry interviews or heated posts. It has come through action. Strategic investments, ownership stakes, and financial decisions that speak louder than words. Those actions suggest she's preparing for a future where the WNBA may not even be part of the picture. And that future is closer than they realize. By 2027, Clark will be a free agent, with multiple teams already preparing record-breaking offers. International opportunities are also on the table, some with the potential to make her the highest-paid female athlete in history. The WNBA's treatment of its biggest star could end up being one of the most costly mistakes in modern sports. They tried to limit her influence, but she expanded it elsewhere. They tried to contain her impact, but she used it to strengthen another sport entirely. The real question isn't whether Caitlin Clark will change the game, but how far she plans to take it. Is soccer just the beginning? Will she move into other sports, other industries, other arenas of influence? This wasn't just a business deal. It was a warning shot. And the WNBA may not be ready for what comes next.